Welcome to the stream, everyone. Hello there, Hyper, Buster, Pixel Boy, and our guest of honor, Pantha35, aka the Game Idea Guy. Thank you all for attending the stream. Today, I'll be playing an indie game which is heavily inspired by the Mega Man series. So crossing our fingers, let us begin. And as always, hope there's no crashes either. Yep, it's time for another indie game. Greetings, everyone. My name is Alpha.Version, and welcome to my blind Let's Play of Alpha.Version 0, a 2D action platform shooter developed and published by Team Scynix. For full disclosure, I was gifted this game by Pantha35, aka the Game Idea Guy. So without further ado, let us begin. Classic or Custom Mode. For my first playthrough, I'll be playing on Classic plus Normal. And as these are my first impressions, I apologize in advance for any silly mistakes or false assertions I'll make. Okay. I can already jump and shoot. No charge shots though. I always start these games by running to the left, in case there are hidden secrets. I can fire my gun amp, but apparently it costs some ammo. Eventually I'll unlock the run command. I don't really see any way to run faster yet. I want to see what's up. I want to get that. Power up. She now has a helmet. My ammo restores over time as I kill enemies. My ammo restores over time as I destroy enemies. According to the description, it's not a Metroidvania. Oh, that's neat. We have a shield. Ow. Only 3 packs of health left. can't use my shield infinitely either. As in most X and Zero games, the first boss is a giant one. Oof. I was low on health anyways. Took too much of a beating in that one room. What's that counter on the top? What's the counter on the bottom left signify? What's that counter on the bottom left signify? Now it's easier than I thought. At first, I thought the legs were immune to my shots. Oh, so those are credits. And that was only the mid-boss. Bomb cannon acquired. That was unexpected. What's the run button by default? Left trigger isn't really doing anything, it seems. See? I'm just running at a regular speed. I guess I have to unlock that. Here's the actual boss of the stage. Never mind. Thanks, Red Man. Wait a minute. This is the same boss from the demo. Are the bombs more powerful than the Buster? Shot per shot wise? Is the bomb cannon more powerful than the Buster? Shot per shot wise? A tad tougher than the mini-boss, yet not too troublesome. Outros mission data acquired. However, I think it has lower DPS compared to the base Buster. Huma droids. Are they this game's equivalent of Reploids? So here's a selection of stages. Cryolabs, Fort Forest, Loose Wagon, Shock Factory, Downtown Sewer, and Blazing Industry, and 3 of them have stars next to their names. Let me check out the shop first. Handbuster, pistol, bomb cannon, shotgun, rocket launcher, light rifle. Also, battle plate, R boots, helmet, restore health, and cosmetic upgrades. I wish we got the main character's name. I'll keep her blue. I'll get this at the very least. So missing 4 of the weapons so far. No skills yet. That implies that implies there is also armor upgrade. That implies there are also armor pickups. That also implies there are armor parts. And whatever this is. Cryolabs it is. The systems here have gone haywire, so we need to deal with the situation. So we need to resolve this situation. So we need to resolve the situation at hand. Currently, this game reminds me of a slower-paced version of Mega Man X. Cool. I thought this was simply going to be only an ice stage, but it has gravity gimmicks going on too. Yet it also has gravity gimmicks going on. Points for originality. I'll save up my powered buster for the bosses and mini-bosses. Looks like it only affects gravity for me and the enemies. Looks like it only affects gravity for me and some of the enemies. These icicles still fall normally. Now that I think about it, I think the bomb cannon has higher DPS. Do want to get this, but I can't reach it yet. I'll be back. Or a run button would be really handy. I did it in the wrong order. Nope, I can't do that. Not having a slide or dash is really messing with me. It reminds me of playing X1 before the dash boots. And apparently I didn't hit a checkpoint, which is fine, it was only 1 minute away. And these shots can be destroyed too. For the next voting gauntlet, I suggest only updating the poll once per day. Apparently the bomb cannon is affected. Apparently the bomb cannon stays the same. Apparently the bomb cannon maintains its original trajectory before the gravity was changed. I want to try something. Are spikes instant in this game? Probably, so let me go back. I don't really have as much health as Mega or X. In the future, YouTube. Incoming danger? I noticed. We have to push into the spikes. I thought you were controlling that I thought you were controlling that robot. Thanks. New weapon, light rifle. Travels instantaneously. Travels instantaneously across the screen. Grapple Force Rena? I've heard about that. I can see why it could be considered broken. I can see why it's considered to be broken. I can see why it's considered to be broken. In here I thought its DPS would be kind of bad. But in fact, it's almost as high as the base buster. But in fact, it's about as high as the base buster. If not a bit higher. Oops. I didn't think those little things counted as spikes too. Dr. Rickon. Sentient android... something. How to activate healing? I see. It was unnecessary. In fact, it was unnecessary. Sentient android researcher. That seems fair to me. C rank. Look at all the credits I have now. Only one-time use, though. Although I completed the cryolabs, I will return back here. I will return in the future for that chip. And knowing this game's inspirations, there's likely extra bonuses if I clear the stage with a higher ranking. Wagon. The city's main commercial train has gone haywire. A battalion of Nadros aim to retake the train and supplies within for themselves. Wagon it is. The city's main commercial train has gone haywire. We need to defeat the Nadros before they claim everything in the ship. We need to defeat the Nadros squad before they break in and take everything in here. Before they steal all the resources in here. So the Nadros are effectively the official name for the Mavericks of this game. So the Nadros are the equivalents of Mavericks of this game. And just for the sake of variety, I will be swapping through my weapon set. I won't be completely relying on only my bust. I won't just completely rely on my life. I won't just completely rely on my light rifle. I want this game to have I want to have some challenge. I want to preserve some challenge and variety. See ya, Hyper. Also, for future stages, for future levels, I prefer if you didn't inform me of the secrets until after I'm done, or I specifically ask of them. Or I specifically ask for them. Power up. It's helpful and all, but I prefer to keep some of my first impressions intact. I've seen this trick pulled off in other fan games. With that upgrade, now I can have up to 4 shots on screen at a time. They use this attack as a distraction. Thanks again, whoever you are. We'll discuss the details of my vacation on the Discord server. Light rifle upgraded. And here I thought you could normally find the base weapons in the stages. Hit scan means that if you point at an enemy and click and fire your gun, it'll immediately hit the enemy. It has infinite travel time. It has infinite travel speed. And before anyone asks, yes, I know the light rifle is fairly powerful, but I would give the other weapons a time in the spotlight. The light rifle is almost... For all intents and purposes, the light rifle is hit scan. Technically, it does have some travel time, but it's not too... Technically, it does have a travel time, but it's so fast that for the purposes of this game, it works essentially as hit scan. It works as a hit scanner. That's why at first, I thought the light rifle's DPS would be subpar, to make up for its really fast travel time. To compensate for its really fast travel time. I'm getting assaulted by this helicopter now. It was going to happen eventually. It was going to happen sooner rather than later. Let's get back the faster way. For shot-wise, it has lower damage compared to the Buster and Bomb Cannon. But it has such a fast firing rate, as well as travel time, that the effective DPS is significantly higher. It doesn't even have an ammo limit. That's another way a Mega Man Classic game would balance out this weapon. Hey, I like soy milk. And we're back. And we're back here. I can't wait to get the dash boots. Oh, you're referring to that item. I thought you were referring to the actual thing. In which case, this is the complete opposite of that item. What was that? The helicopter got sorted. We're gonna find out, right? We're gonna find out now. Never mind. It got smacked down by a serpent. Guardian Piton, the Snake Ottoman. Have to destroy each and every one of these lights. It's working. Only half the lights. Rocket launcher upgraded, which means I must have it now. That's one way to stop the train. That's one way to stop the train. B rank? You get a lot of money by completing these levels. Especially from the bonuses. Why would I want the pistol? No bullet limit, that's why. Apparently I got everything in the wagon. Okay, I did. While we're at it, let's visit the shock factory. Nadros Forest. While we're at it, let's visit the shock factory, where Nadros forces have hijacked the city's self-sufficient power generator. I kinda wish we had a Maverick introduction screen. I kinda wish we had a Nadros boss introduction screen before the stage. To give each of the bosses more personality. Anyways, thanks to buying that upgrade, I can now hover. Oh, just want to get up here. I can now obtain that item in the ice stage. And here I thought the rocket launcher would pack a bigger punch. And here I thought the rocket launcher would pack a bigger punch. Perhaps I need some upgrades. Must have been a different demo I played, Panta. Hang on. That's cool. Oh, Vincenzo. Buster upgraded. It's almost at max level now. Good thing that didn't one-shot me. This game's rather stingy with life pickups. Didn't activate the hover in time. Ooh, secret. Bomb cannon upgraded. 3 bombs at a time. 3 bombs at a time now. Unlike Wizard of Legend, I have extra lives. So it's not as bad. Come on, I need to get out of here. No, I don't have the ability to run yet. That's a different ability. The rocket launcher desperately needs some upgrades. compared to every other weapon in my arsenal. I actually thought it was going to dissipate faster. Depends on how the scaling is done. Like, if it's only scaling stat-wise, don't really prefer it. But if it scales more in terms of abilities, but if they scale more in terms of abilities, I prefer that. You can still scale in terms of stats, so the player doesn't just outpace them entirely. But I want to see some focus on different abilities. Rogue Legacy does that to a certain extent. Despite not having a dash or fast walk, the shield works wonders. And you're right, this is new. I didn't encounter that room with those 3 laser beams. That's one way, Jaden. Rotten core, the corrupted mainframe. Oh, I see. I don't take any knockback when I take damage. I didn't notice those platforms until now. Why didn't that block? Another thing I'll give this game credit for is that each of the bosses feel wholly unique. In fact, outside of the scientist boss, all of them feel kind of... In fact, outside of the first scientist boss, the other bosses feel either like fortress bosses or final bosses. The other bosses feel like either a fortress or final boss. I see the platforms now. I thought they were simply part of the background. Once I deal enough damage to the hands, the core is exposed. Sometimes they can block the plasma shots, sometimes they can't. Goodbye, corrupted mainframe. And here I thought you had to dodge it. We have to get out of here now. This place is exploding. You somehow predicted this, Jaden. We're now turning into Metroid. We've now turned into Metroid. That was unexpected. In most of these stages, you exit out immediately. You exit out immediately after defeating the boss. And I saw someone else teleport out. Oh yes, Jaden. Oh yes. Once I realized there were platforms there, it became significantly easier. Be right back. Double jump and sprint. The sprint is the final upgrade with the R boots. 3 levels down, 3 left to go. So far, I've upgraded my chest to level 3. So far, so good. Three levels down, 3 left to go. Let's visit the sewer next. A group of human survivors needs our help. Do you have anything to say to me? Anything? Okay. This game hasn't had any dialogue. So far this game has had no dialogue. Now with the left trigger, I can sprint around. Doing so drains my shield bar, so I need to be careful. Plus now I can double jump. Which honestly should be the final upgrade instead of sprinting. Double jumping offers much more avenues of mobility over... Double jumping offers more Double jumping feels more powerful compared to... running. If anything else... Huh? Why aren't you working? I guess it's broken. No? Okay then. It wasn't working beforehand. And that lowers the water here. Hydra? Medusa? Mechanical Medusa? Is it just me, or does all damage I take... Is it just me, or is all the damage I incur only 1 point? Nothing I've encountered so far deals more than 1 point of damage to me. Unless I forgot something. I knew it would go here. So here's a fully upgraded light rifle. The rocket launcher desperately needs an upgrade. Hovering doesn't require any energy. I'd like to see what's down here. Just that. Or not. I can't really tell when these are not bottomless pits and when... I can't tell when these are bottomless pits and when they're actually stage transitions. Going back to Jaden's point, yes, the previous stage was one of the best ones. I especially liked how it changed every time. Especially liked how it changed every time you entered it or respawned. And despite me having all these upgrades, all these levels are doable without any of them. That machine down there is going to chase me. See? No name? More like dead shark. Not over yet. Now it's turned into man shark. Now it's turned into man mecha shark, or rather jet dragon draining unit. Now it's turned into mecha man shark. For the sake of not making this too easy, I'm not going to use the double jump. Music looping could use some work. An okay stage. Boss battle was fun. Kinda wish it was a bit longer. That's fair. I took too much damage. I didn't even use my amp mode. Whoops. Okay, 4 state is down, 2 left to go. Let's visit the blazing industry. A third party is at play. There's a powerful android here that needs to be dealt with. If you want to read the descriptions of the stages, please pause and unpause the video. Please pause the video. If you want to read the stage descriptions, please pause and unpause the video. My apologies. Next time I'll be a bit slower. It's like Flame Stag stage at the side of the mountain. We can even acquire helmet upgrades. Her name's Alpha. Probably Jaden. I'm aiming to do that. Illumina? Her playstyle is a mix between X and Axel. At first, she can't even hover or double jump. At first, she can't hover, sprint, or double jump. That's something I purchased from the shop. Oh yeah, you're right, Jaden. This game actually has a harder mode, which alters things up more. It will be YouTube. Give it time. It's in early access now. So far, this game has been fairly decent. Weapon balancing needs some work, but the rest of the experience is fairly enjoyable. There you are. I keep forgetting to apply my amps. So effectively, I'm playing this more Buster only, as amps are the equivalent of special weapons in this game. Oh no. Godsman platforms make their return. And here I thought we escaped them in Mega Man. Plus, I don't want to destroy the bosses too fast either. I didn't think all the upgrades I didn't think all the weapon upgrades I'd acquire would be this powerful. I thought there'd simply be minor upgrades at most. Or I'd have to find the most major upgrades out in the field. Or the amount of credits I gained by completing a stage would be much lower. Or the number of credits I would acquire by completing a stage would be much lower. I was worried it could pierce through walls. Okay, I'll give that a go next week then. With all the upgrades I have right now, the game feels kind of easy, outside of platforming. Compared to the Mega Man series, you don't really get that much health. Your weapons may feel powerful, but you're relatively fragile. More fragile. I guess it balances out that way. Same here, Jaden. And unlike those two games, this is far more fun. Plus, there is the replay value with those. Plus, there is all the replay value in regards to the grades, in regards to the ranks. Who are you? I never got your name, Red Person. Thanks for the assistance. Two against one? Class B, Freewell Construction Humidroid. Wait, you were the person in the prologue, weren't you? Oh, down he goes. Huh? Green is Class B, red is Class A, and I as Alpha are Class C. This game so far has had no dialogue entirely. I kind of feel it would be better with some. I thought I'd get a C here. One thing I've noticed is that all the bosses so far feel very different from each other. This one felt like a character brawl. Last stage, Fort Forest. Then I'll return back to the earlier stages to collect the upgrades. Then I'll return to the earlier stages to collect the upgrades. And that's when we turned on the lights. I thought I already fully upgraded. Thanks. I thought I already fully upgraded it. Metroid doors? I wonder if I'd have a separate pad if I didn't turn on the water. Because now I can't go down there. That answers my question. We can toggle them on and off. We can toggle them on and off. One of the few stages that has backtracking like this. Most of the time you can only move. Most of the time you can only move forwards. Trying to move backwards is impossible. Trying to move to previous screens is impossible. Nav ship found. 1 down, 4 left to go. 1 down, 7 left to go. You can check the Steam description for that YouTube. No. As for why Chang has such a negative reputation, he's been a known leaker, that's why. In all the previous stages, you couldn't backtrack to previous rooms, but here it's crucial for progression. But here is crucial for progression. He's a known leaker, not maker. He leaked more than a few fan games, even after being told to stop. Not to mention not listening to rules. But enough of that, let's focus on this game. Whoops. Yep, I was answering Jaden's question, Pixel Boy. That looks a bit suspicious. For good reason. Wait. Oh, okay. I thought it was the other way around, and I needed an upgrade to access a secret. Out of all the stages, out of the 6 stages, this feels the longest. I see. That was the summer area. Now we're in the winter area. The music also changes to fit the situation. Although it feels like two stages glued together. Music could also be more appropriate for this kind of level. And I suppose it makes sense. This is a futuristic greenhouse. Liking the frosting effect on the sides. I see, Panda. We already had a dedicated ice stage, though. Time for a boss. Wispy Woods? What are you doing here? Mother Root. Simulation's main domain. That explains a bunch. And don't worry, they palette swapped. Twisted Root. Degenerated rooting system. Still would fit in Kirby. Goodbye, Nut Wispy Woods. You tried juking me again, but it was all for naught. Thanks for the wholesale Kirby reference game. Yet again, all the bosses feel rather different from each other in terms of design and how you go about defeating them. For this one, you couldn't damage it directly. You had to hit the bombs back at it. From the ruins of the factory. And it even fades out if I collect all the items. It even fades out the star if I collect all the chips. Let's return to the Cryolabs and get that chip. Almost all the bosses are big bots. And unlike the X-Big bots, these are somewhat challenging, especially if we don't have any upgrades. Thanks, Panta. Once I get the nav chips, once I acquire all the nav chips and finish the secret stage, I'm gonna go for the fortresses. Nav chip obtained. Oh, it doesn't collect it if I escape. See you later, Panda. And there's the next nav ship. In order to keep it, I need to complete the stage. I can't just escape. It's not that simple. it was Pixel Boy, I think? Despite liking this mechanic, I wish more was done with it. Oh, we refed the bosses too. Fine with me. Let's speedrun him. You can rack up a lot of extra currency by doing this. I mean, look at it. There probably should be a reduction in that. Okay, what does this do? Actually, I'll do this later. Back to Blazing Industry. We need to find where the chip is. Last time I checked, when I was going through this the first time, I didn't even see where any chip was. And there's a total of 4 nav chips to acquire, but on the world map, but on the state select, it only shows 3. So the final one is a secret. Yeah, please move on to something else, YouTube. Ah, there it is. I can't believe it was so easy to locate. It was right over there. If I was really attentive, I could have gotten it during my first playthrough. Oh well. This will all be edited down in post, so you don't have to see me go through the entire stage again. Probably gonna be sped up. Same, Jaden. As long as you have the upgrades, they're not too difficult to locate. Demonstration of how powerful the light rifle is. I don't want the pistol or shotgun, so I won't purchase them. Time for the nav chips. So it's time for the nav chips. I have 3 of the 4. I have 3 out of 4 so far. Let's begin with the lab entry. Let's start with the lab entry one. Could these be bonus stages? Mind you, in order to access these stages, I need to have a few upgrades. So there may be some forced part usage. What I'll likely be doing is finishing these stages, then ending the stream, but we'll see. Yeah, they look to be bonus stages. When I first started this game, I thought credits would be hard to come by. Lo and behold, it's the exact opposite. This is basically a combination of the ice and lab stages. This is essentially a combination of the lab stage with another stage. We have the ice and gravity gimmicks combined with the water raising and lowering. Which makes sense, so if this pattern holds, that means that the two following stages will be combinations of two different sets of levels. It's either probably the simulation or the laboratory. It does, Jaden. Although the graphics look flat. Although the graphics are more on the simplistic side and look a tad flat, they're serviceable and get the job done. I simply wish some of the foreground platforms stood out more from the background. Super version of the enemy. She acquired the same spark as the prologue boss. I mean, the prologue boss was actually also... Now that I think about it, the prologue boss was also an upgraded version of a regular enemy. In that case, it was a regular foot soldier. Oh, I see, Jaden. That applies too. When I first saw the stage select of 6 day, don't let it snow. Hidden Balls, Brawn Bro, Metal Foundry. So a combination of Foundry and one of the other stages. It's a combination of the Foundry and the sewers. As I was saying, Jaden. Yeah, I agree with you. Jaden. When I first encountered the stage select screen, I thought the 6 stages would be fairly short, but lo and behold, they aren't. Each of the stages take at least 5 to 10 minutes to complete. And now we have these bonus stages too. Got it. Oh, this stage fell shorter. Less gravity shenanigans and whatnot. Illumina's back for revenge. Not Illumina's back for revenge. This was a giant forge mini-bot. Those red dark spark looking things are likely what caused the humanoids to rebel. Are likely what led to the rise of Nadros. Double tap for good measure. Maintenance tunnel number 6. Employees only. Okay, this is actually a combination of the sewers and something else. The previous stage was a combination of the train and the factory. The previous stage was a combination of the train and the forge. Based off the music, This is a combination of the sewers and the simulation lab. That's something I didn't actually... This is something I failed to... Definitely. Yep. Yep, and this only confirms it. Even more so now. Even more so. Something I forgot... Something I neglected to mention during the previous stage. The soundtracks to the two stages that make up the soundtracks of the two stages were combined to make the secret songs. At least to a certain extent. At least to a small extent. That was my bad. Even though the rocket launcher doesn't really have good DPS, the damage per projectile is fairly good. Same, Jaden. I was worried that this is going to be a fairly short title. And I was getting a bit worried that... And I was getting a tad worried that Panda wasted their money. Looks like they made a wise purchase. See you again. And here I thought we escaped from you. This looks scarier. Bring back your fangs, please. No, I'm not going for it. This game loves its fake outs. See? It pulled off this trick at least a half a dozen... It pulled off this trick at least a half a dozen times by this point. Cool, we play as him now. Whoa. He's very likely an unlockable. He has his own health bar and power meter. Plus, he can triple jump. All together now. Open wide. Yet again, the game plays with our expectations. Not only with the fake outs and bosses with different mechanics, but even separate characters. We did chop it down to size. Another nav chip? Must be the final one. MD_1. Notice how everything has a bit of a sepia filter to it? And there's no music, only the atmospheric sounds. Okay, survival mode. Okay, so a survival gauntlet. Can I survive 30 rounds? Infinite power. Sometimes we have enfeeblements, sometimes we have massive buffs. Those Orbots are basically this game's equivalent of Gorgon heads. I'm stuck to the plasma rifle with this one. Not that it's a bad thing. Proud. I suppose these nerfs and buffs are randomized. I suppose these buffs and nerfs are randomized. As well as each individual arena. The game's music looping could do with some more. The game's music looping could do with. The game's music looping could do with some improvement. There are some very noticeable restarts. Shame really, because this game's soundtrack is... Shame really, as this game's soundtrack is fairly... It's a shame really, this game's soundtrack is fairly decent. Let's quickly discuss some game lore. Seeing how humanity is on the losing side of a war. And how this training simulation is on a nav ship. I get the feeling that this is I get the strong impression that this is a pre-war. I get the strong impression that this was designed in the pre-war era. I get the strong impression that this was designed during a pre-war era. I get the strong impression that this was designed during a pre-war era. But who was this designed for? I never played that game, so I'll take your word for it. I don't have any healing in between trials either. Oh. "60 seconds is plenty. That is, with all these upgrades. Without them, it's an entirely different story. Every 5 floors is dedicated to a different stage type. Feels that way. We have the factory enemies now. We have the shock factory enemies now. A robot named Fight is a roguelite, is it? Or a procedural death game. In order to complete this faster, I'll simply rely on the light rifle now. In order to get through this faster, I'll simply rely on the light rifle and Buster now. So it's more like dead cells. Understood. I do regenerate some health per level. YouTube. 30. And last but not least is the forest simulation. I do have E-tanks, by the way. I'll use them when necessary. It's not like in Mega Man where some enemies deal more than 1 damage. Last floor. We're out. Source suit acquired. Why, thank you, game. so the Infinity +1 armor. However, for the final set of stages, I'll be toggling it off after a short while. I don't want to completely destroy this game's challenge. But I'll be saving my exploration. But I'll be entering those towers during the next stream. There, it'll be time to destroy the signal. There, it'll be time to destroy the Alpha.0 virus. Well then, thanks for watching, and have a nice day. Cool even keeps track of it. Thanks for watching the stream, everyone. I'll see you tonight.